Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
It's the team of the 80s versus the team of the 90s. The Niners, the Cowboys, they're underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And nowhere to go. He'll make it back only to the 5-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. From the gun, here's Watson. He completes it to Jones. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Back to throw, Watson. And it is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And goodness, that means this next drive is going to begin 1st and goal already. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And we are underway in Foxborough. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. but it's tough to simulate game speed in practice, and that often runs you into a penalty.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Ready.
They run the counter. Sims. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing, Osweiler. Now the ball's out. Osweiler lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And not much happening there, not much at all. They'll get to it and down it, but at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now a give, right side, Dickerson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Antonio Gates there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They'll run here with Sims. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the end.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this ball is going to be touched down just shy of midfield. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 23 yards on the play.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Now it's Jackson. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Herman Moore there to make the grab. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Good to see Herman Moore back in the end zone. 62 touchdowns back in his Lions career.
Not a bad run, and actually a really good job of catching a lot of passes that turned into those touchdowns. Third all-time on the Lions list. That's pretty impressive.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Patriots.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Let's go.
Now it's the fullback, Tommy Bohannon, from nearby Fort Myers. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Ready, ready. 30 base.
Coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Get it.
On first down, Sims. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. New England on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, Osweiler. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Harris speeds in for the sack on the corner blitz.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And certainly not the greatest of kicks there. This one will be down inside their own 40-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I got you. I got you.
To throw is Jackson. Out to his left. He'll run it. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Lamar Jackson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point attempt to come here. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Cowboys 21, Patriots 0.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On the draw, this is Sims. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, it's Osweiler. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. That'll go in the books as just a 16-yard punt. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Now Jackson on first down. Gates with a grab. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On 2nd down now, Dickerson. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Well, we got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space. But how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
It means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection now the ball's out. Osweiler lost it. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Point after, right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there with his second touchdown here in this first half as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
2nd and 10. It's Osweiler again. His throw incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now they run with Sims. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And not his best effort there as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line.
At the 41-yard line.
Let's go. 60 outlaw. Right there. 56. Let's go.
Play action. It's Jackson. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick here is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Time here for likely 1 play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Jackson now. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. Lamar Jackson, 57 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Cowboys 52, Patriots nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
And Sims lost it. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Again, they run with Sims. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Osweiler. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And his guys are going to have a 1st and goal down at the 3-yard line. A very short field to work with now. 1st and goal after the great punt return. They'll try to run this one in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get them. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Sims. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
3rd and 5. Ready, set. Check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Let's go, baby. They turn up. Let's get that ball. Get it.
Now it's Osweiler. Can't find anyone, and down he goes. Osweiler sacked.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can. It's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
Touchdown, Cowboys! Lamar Jackson, 40 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Sims. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Mark Andrews, 27 yards. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after try forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Cowboys 80, Patriots nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. A handoff to start the drive to Sims. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Back now in Foxborough. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 2nd and 9. Osweiler. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he's got the hook up to Brandon LaFell. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for New England. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fielded at the 43. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, well, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. John Randall getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A great return there of 22 yards. And this is going to set up 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line. A very short field to work with now. 1st and goal after the great punt return. Now a give right side. Dickerson. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now it's Osweiler. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Osweiler. Catch made there by Derby, the tight end. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a 1st. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. They'll run on 1st down. Dickerson. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And
he's going to be intercepted a third time. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we took.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. John Randall, who else? He's in there for his fourth sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Got it. Go.
One last shot for Osweiler. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. And with that, we say so long from Foxborough. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys up. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line.
Let's 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's get it together, defense.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than...
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And that will come the offense as they take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson steps away. He's going to take off with it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. On 1st down, Dickerson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
Now it's Jackson. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Holt. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a give right side. Dickerson slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. 27 yards there, a 1st down. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in with the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 6-0 our score after 1. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. There's the 8-time Pro Bowler Marvin Harrison. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here, Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Buying time to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. I don't think that was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz called on the play. Had other responsibilities, but he saw an opportunity, saw a path, and he took it.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. He wants it all for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th. Now Jan Stenerud on for the field goal try. On the left hash, this from 38 yards. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. Now that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll run on 1st down. Dickerson. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Run ready. Another one. Two. Mike got two. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Flush to his right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. They go play action with Jackson. He's going to look deep for more. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Jackson, operating from the gun, escaping the pressure right.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
So on 4th down, Jason Garrett sends in his field goal unit. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And the lead stretches, 16-3 now. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
On 2nd and 11 now, Jackson. And he's got some space here. And he will score. Touchdown. Cowboys. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now with the play clock winding down, Jason Garrett opts to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. On third down, Jackson flushed out right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Anthony Barr, his second sack of the night. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Patriots take over. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. That's complete to White. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Murray with a 3rd and long. Throw complete there to Jerry Rice. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A big play there on the catch and run, and even 60 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. James White, the man he was looking for out of the backfield. And that'll bring up second down. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. This one caught by Winslow. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. Again, they'll throw with Murray. Dancing to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Murray now, 3rd and goal. That is caught by Rice for a Patriots touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, Jackson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Ty Law. And they will finally bring this run back to